Our world is full of wonder. It is also full of challenges. To understand our place in the universe, we need clear vision. We need to see the world as it truly is, without filters or fantasy. This is where realism comes in. Realism is a way of looking at the world that emphasizes truth, accuracy, and a grounded perspective. It encourages us to set aside wishful thinking and face reality head-on. Realism isn't about being pessimistic or negative. It's about understanding the world on its own terms, so we can better navigate its complexities. Throughout history, realism has manifested in various fields, from philosophy and politics to art and literature. By exploring these different facets of realism, we can gain a deeper appreciation for its enduring relevance in our lives. At its core, realism is a perspective that values truth above all else. It seeks to represent the world honestly, without embellishment or idealization. Imagine a painter capturing a scene exactly as they see it, or a writer crafting a story that reflects the gritty realities of everyday life. This commitment to authenticity is a hallmark of realism. Realism is grounded in the belief that the world exists independently of our thoughts, perceptions, and desires. It suggests that there is an objective reality out there, and our job is to perceive it as accurately as possible. This doesn't mean that our subjective experiences are unimportant. It simply means that we should strive to see beyond our own biases and preconceived notions. The seeds of realism were sown long ago. In ancient Greece, philosophers grappled with the nature of reality and our place within it. Plato, known for his theory of forms, believed in a realm of perfect, unchanging ideas that transcended the physical world. While Plato's ideas were influential, it was his student, Aristotle, who laid the groundwork for a more grounded, empirical approach to understanding the world. Aristotle emphasized observation, reason, and the importance of studying the natural world. He believed that true knowledge stemmed from our senses and our ability to reason logically about our observations. This emphasis on empirical evidence and logical deduction would later become cornerstones of both scientific and philosophical realism. Realism fully blossomed as a distinct movement in the 19th century. This period was marked by dramatic social, political, and economic upheaval. The Industrial Revolution transformed societies, leading to urbanization, new technologies, and a growing divide between the wealthy and the working class. In the face of such rapid change, artists, writers, and thinkers sought new ways to make sense of the world. Romanticism, with its emphasis on emotion, individualism, and the idealization of nature, had dominated the previous era. However, the harsh realities of industrial life and the growing awareness of social injustices led many to crave a more grounded and honest portrayal of the human condition. Realism emerged as a response to this need, offering a stark and unflinching look at the world as it truly was. Section 5: Realism in Philosophy, exploring the nature of reality. In the realm of philosophy, realism encompasses a range of viewpoints united by a common thread: the belief that there is a mind-independent reality. This stance, known as metaphysical realism, posits that the world exists whether or not we are here to observe it. Mountains, rivers, stars, these things exist in their own right, independent of our thoughts, perceptions, or beliefs. Closely tied to metaphysical realism is epistemological realism, which focuses on how we acquire knowledge about the world. Epistemological realists believe that our senses provide us with reliable, albeit imperfect, information about reality. Through careful observation, experimentation, and logical reasoning, we can gain an increasingly accurate understanding of the world around us. Section 6: Realism in Politics, Navigating a World of Power. Political realism, a prominent theory in international relations, takes a pragmatic and often unsentimental view of global politics. Realists argue that states are primarily motivated by self-interest and the pursuit of power. In a world without a global government, states must prioritize their own security and well-being, even if it means making difficult or morally ambiguous choices. One of the key concepts in political realism is the idea of anarchy. This doesn't mean chaos or disorder. Rather, it refers to the absence of a central authority that can enforce rules or agreements between states. In this anarchic system, states must rely on their own strength and strategic alliances to navigate a world where power is often unequally distributed. Section 7, Realism in the Arts, reflecting the human experience. Realism has had a profound impact on the arts, shaping how artists, writers, and filmmakers depict the world around us. In literature, realism emerged as a reaction against the idealism and emotionalism of Romanticism. Realist writers sought to portray life as it was, with all its complexities, imperfections, and often harsh realities. Realist novels often featured ordinary characters from diverse backgrounds, struggling with everyday problems such as poverty, social injustice, and the search for love and meaning in a rapidly changing world. These works offered a glimpse into the lives of everyday people, shedding light on the social issues and moral dilemmas of their time. Section 8. Critiques of realism, limitations, and challenges. While realism offers valuable insights, it has also faced criticism for its limitations. One critique is that realism can sometimes oversimplify complex phenomena by focusing too heavily on objective facts and observable behaviors. Critics argue that this emphasis on the tangible can sometimes neglect the importance of subjective experience, emotion, and the role of individual interpretation. Another critique is that realism can be susceptible to cultural bias because realist works often reflect the worldview of the artist or writer creating them. They can inadvertently perpetuate existing power structures or fail to fully capture the experiences of marginalized groups. Section 9. Realism today, enduring relevance. Despite these critiques, realism remains a vital perspective in our complex world. In an age of information overload, where we are constantly bombarded with carefully curated images and narratives, realism reminds us to approach the world with a critical eye. It encourages us to seek out diverse perspectives, question assumptions, and ground our understanding in evidence-based reasoning. From education to journalism to our personal lives, realism provides a framework for navigating the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. By embracing a clear-eyed view of the world, we equip ourselves to make informed decisions, engage in meaningful dialogue, and work towards a more just and sustainable future.